All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the second of the three things on level 2 of your EDC that most people carry on a daily. So we talked about the ball pen, which if you haven't seen the video, click in the description. Second most common is the flashlight. And in my case, I chose to go with the RovyVon E90. I have been deep diving on all of these flashlight videos and I have learned so much about what goes into a flashlight, and there is a lot. There is so much to consider. Of all the things that you should consider, I feel like this particular light hits every single box. So what are those things? The first thing that you're gonna want in a flashlight, I guess exterior wise, is the clip. The clip has to be a double-sided clip. Why? Because you're gonna want to be able to clip it on to the back of your pocket, but at the same time, the reverse clip is onto the visor of your cap so that you can use it as a headlamp. That's one of the most useful features. And you can actually clip a lanyard here or a magnet, which some of them give you a magnet to mount on. Then the most useful thing is a double clip. So that's the first thing. The EDC is themed around self-defense and protecting yourself in situations where you might need to. This actually has an indented glass. As you can see, it's not glass straight away. There's a bevel there, a good ½ centimeter deep, which actually allows this to be a strike bezel, essentially. You don't have to worry about breaking your glass because before it gets to the glass, it first goes into the strike bezel, which is something you can use as a force multiplier, just like with a ball pen. And with the size of this thing, it's pretty substantial. Out of all of the options in the market today, specifically in the flat flashlight arena, this would have to be the best out there. As of recording of this video, a lot of people like to talk about the Nightcore. I forget the model, but it's around the same kind of size with a higher lumen output. But what really takes the cake is this, because this one is waterproof. And how can you have an EDC flashlight that isn't waterproof? So no matter how many features that other one has with Nightcore, they're not sponsored by any of them anyway, so I can speak freely. This one takes the cake hands down because it's waterproof, and you want your flashlight to be waterproof. Aerospace grade aluminum, again, very anti-scratch resistant. I probably had this for a month now. No scratches. Still pristine AF. You want it to be rechargeable, right? And this is USB-C, ready for USB-C charging. We're in the year 2020s, you know, you want USB-C on your things. If it doesn't have the USB-C, what are you doing with your life? The side light. This actually has the 3 most common lights that you're gonna need. By clicking the side button once, oops, it's locked out. You see that? If it blinks that way, it means it's locked out. Why is it locked out? Because this actually does a 3,500 burst of lumens. That can actually burn a hole in an eco bag, you know? So you don't want this accidentally activating in your pocket. So how do you unlock this? You press it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it does 3 long blinks like that. That means it's unlocked. So to activate the side buttons, you click this once, and that's the warm light, right? It has two modes. You click it another time, then it goes to the brighter mode, right? Then hold down to disengage. The next is the red light. So 2 clicks for the red light, 1, 2. Then click again for higher mode. Then it can also act as a beacon. And if you want a slower, this is a strobe, you want a slower beacon, right? And then again, back to the normal, and then hold to disengage. Why on earth would you want a red light? Based on science, if you're in a situation where you don't want to wake anyone up, usually like in a campsite where you just need to open a light real quick, go to your bag to grab something, and you don't want to wake everyone else in the tent up, a red light is the way to do it because it doesn't disrupt the circadian rhythm. That is a really handy light to have if you don't want to wake anyone up. If you press this 3 times, 1, 2, 3, then you have a UV light, right? So why is a UV light important? I'm going to turn it off real quick, but basically a UV light is used for three primary things. The first is to check for counterfeits, right? If you have money, you check for counterfeits, make sure that it's actually legit. So in an urban environment, that's very useful. I have used this several times to check for counterfeits. The second is, if you're an urban traveler, you're checking into some hostels, hotels, you want to make sure your sheets are clean. That's right. You can use the UV light. Quickly make sure that all the sheets are clean. If it's not, complain to the management, have your sheets replaced, yada yada, right? So that's another really useful. The third and not most common is it actually highlights the skin of scorpions and insects. If you're out camping, you can use a UV light to reveal scorpions amidst the sand or the forest that you're walking in. This actually lights a scorpion up like a fluorescent bulb. So if you have that and you don't want to get stung and you know that you're in a scorpion or insect infested area, the UV light comes in handy for that as well. So just these three alone, having the ability to have a very low lumen warm light, a very anti-circadian rhythm disrupting red light, and an anti-counterfeit, anti-bad bed sheet thing in your hostel light, these three already take the cake, right? And we haven't even gone to the main event, right? So that alone already makes this one of a hell of a freaking light, right? I'm probably the only one again in the country with this. Also the only one with a tactical pen in the other video that you have to check out. Let's go to the main event, guys. As you can see, the reason why this is called the angel eyes is because they're not just one, there are two. And if you notice there's a black light, what is that? That is what we call the proximity sensor. So most proximity sensors, they don't react like that, right? They react pretty slowly. When you move in front of a surface, it takes like 2-3 seconds before it dials down to a lower lumen. This one is instantaneous. The moment you block it with your hand, boom, it dials down to a lower lumen. Why do you want that? Because if it doesn't do that, you get burnt. Because when you say 3,500 lumens, you're not, you know, pulling anyone's leg. That's freaking crazy. The thing I learned about flashlight is there's a lumen count, which how bright it is. There's candela, which is how far it throws, right? When you say throw, that means how far the beam of light actually hits. And there are two main types of beams that you want in a flashlight. The throw, the deep throw, which is the far throw, and the wide luminescent, meaning revealing the most area. So the two things to consider is the lumen count, which is how bright it is, and the candela count, which is how far it can actually throw, right? So the throw and the floodlight. So this one is more of like a hybrid. It does both, but neither very well. But I think the 3,500 lumen count more than makes up for it, right? Now, what are these two buttons over here? This is the main button. So to engage the flashlight, you click this once. And its default is the moonlight mode. The moonlight mode, if I'm not mistaken, is around 5 lumens. This can go on forever. By the way, if I hold this down, if you notice, every time I click, you can see the LED lights there, the blue LED lights. That's the battery life indicator, right? And I swear to you guys, I have not charged this thing since I opened the box a month ago. I've been using this thing almost every day. It is still 100%. Right? So for all those people who are like, oh, it doesn't have a replaceable battery. Oh, la 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 la. Dude, 1 month of pure use is still 100%. I think this thing can last you a year under a single charge. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but in light use, which is my scenario, this is really great. Now, if you want to engage the various modes, you have to double click the tall. There's a flat. There's a tall, right? The tall one, you can see the tall one, that's the main. This is the tactical switch, right? We'll get into the tactical modes later, but let's go with the normal activation tall button here. So single press, moonlight mode, double press to go to the last. You see how that dials down? That's the proximity sensor, guys. Boom. So here, boom. See? Proximity sensor. Right, that. So now to cycle through the modes, if you double click, it goes to the mode that it last was set in. So double click back to go to the lower mode. And then this is the moonlight. low, medium, high. See, it didn't even allow me to do the high because it was so bright. So again, moonlight mode. I'll just shine the microphone. Moonlight mode, low, medium, high, right? And that's not even the highest, guys, because there is the 3500 lumen mode, which you can access with a tactical. Boom, that's it right there. That's crazy. So the moment you hit the tactical button, that's in your face, right? It only lasts 10 seconds, but every time you let go, you can press it again and reactivate it for another 10 seconds, up to 5 times. Why does it last 10 seconds only? Because it heats up really fast. 3500 lumens is no joke. So it has a built-in stop counter for 10, not even 10 minutes, or 10 seconds. That lowers it back to the highest brightness or whatever setting you were last using. And then if you press it again, it activates straight. Now that's not where it ends, because okay, this is again 3500 lumens, ready? Boom. It didn't even allow it, right? It was like the proximity sensor just kicked right in. You see that? Boom, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna hit the wall. So this is 3500. Boom, right? Now if you hard press the tactical button, it goes into strobe mode. Ready? So I'm gonna hard press it on in 3, 2, 1. Boom, strobe mode, right? So if you're in a panic situation, when you hit the 3500 and you want to really, daze a mofo, you just hard press it and it's bah, 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 bah. I've actually used this in a real world scenario wherein I was being chased by a dog. Aimed it at it, boom, 3500 lumens, stopped it, hard pressed into the strobe mode, that dog went running away. The moment I had this, it was like I had a light shield protecting me. And that's not only for dogs. You can use that for assailants, for whatever it is that, is trying to attack you. It's not just an EDC flashlight. You've got all of the lights, you've got the tactical features, you've got the different modes, you've got the safety features like the proximity sensor and the lockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you know it's locked out again. Clamp a lanyard onto it, use it as a strike bezel, and the size of this thing. Look at that. That's tiny, guys. It's probably the best EDC flashlight out there today. Fight me, right? Just like I believe that this ball pen is the best EDC ball pen in the market today. Fight me. Check out the video on this one in the description. So those are the 2 out of the 3. The 3 meaning the multi-tool or the knife, depending on where it's legal for you, where you are. The 3 things that you should carry on your person every day. Let's check this in the real world. Come with me to the park and I'm gonna use it in pitch dark. That should be fun. Let's go. So we're here at YSIP Park, if I'm saying that right. We're gonna look for a dark place so we can test the lights. All right, so we're here at the footbridge. It's pretty dark. Here is the fish pond. So I feel like we can shine the light down there, right? And it will give you a good idea. So here's my E30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, unlock the proximity sensor. So we're gonna start off with the moonlight mode. That's moonlight right there. Moonlight mode. Off. Moonlight mode. Off. Moonlight mode. Off. Moonlight mode. Okay. Now let's cycle through them. Okay, I think that's high straight away. So go back down to moonlight mode. Low. Medium. High. Back down to moonlight mode. Right? So low, medium, high, moonlight mode, off. Moonlight mode, low, medium, high. Are you guys ready? So this is the 3500 lumens in 3, 2, 1, boom. 3500 lumens for 10 seconds. And if I hold it long enough, you'll see it step down right after 10 seconds of me activating it. It's getting really hot. Boom. See the step down? And I can reactivate it straight away. Just click it straight away. Boom. It's reactivated right away. Straight away. Boom. Okay. So this is high. Boom. 3500. And if I press it down, strobe mode. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then off. And I think that's everything. But just for the hell of it, wow, that's hot. You can actually use this as hand warmers. Like if you're in a really cold situation. That's the auxiliary lights, why not, right? So this is the warm light. Okay, barely anything. Warm light, right? Step up, that's the second setting. That's pretty tangible, right? Okay, turn it off. Warm light. Second setting, off. Warm light, second setting, off. Right? Let's test the red light. 1, 2. Red light. Step up. Red light. Strobe. Red light. And then beacon. Red light. Right? There you go. Then UV. 1, 2, 3. UV. Oh, that's pretty cool. UV. Ooh, look at my fingers. That's crazy. That's the UV mode. And there you have it. All of the modes. This thing will tackle any situation. The only thing I wish it had would be a laser, which the E80 has, but it sacrifices one of the white lights for a stronger UV light and a laser. Between that and this, I'd still go with this because so many more use cases, and you already have a UV here anyway. That's a wrap. E90. RovyVon E90, the best EDC flat flashlight in the market today since 2025, recording of this video. Fight me. Okay, so this is the part I forgot to put in. It's the unboxing. So I'll be completely honest with you. The moment I got this, I unboxed it. I was too excited. I couldn't wait, but I have gone through the trouble of repackaging it for your unpacking pleasure. This is how it came in. So this is the RovyVon Angel Eyes E90 and then gunmetal. There's only one color, but there's two variants. This one is the UV red light and white or warm light variant for the auxiliary. The other one I think is just pure warm light, all three. So here goes nothing. So comes in the Ziploc with a logo. Inside the Ziploc, there's like a tactical case that looks like it is airtight. But do not be fooled, right? Based on my experience with these things or what I see when people review them, they are indeed not waterproof, so do not use them as waterproof containers. They are really, really cool though. They look good and they have foam inside. They're definitely drop proof, probably. Well, I won't say definitely, but there's lanyard loops here. You can attach them. And so they have click locks here. So here we go. And then, oop, okay, something fell. Let me grab that for you. The lanyard. So it does come with a lanyard, right? I did mention that you can attach a lanyard and it has its own little Allen wrench here, right? And then the device itself, which is in its own little Ziploc, right? So we'll set that aside. It also comes with a USB-C cable, right? USB-C A to USB-C, and instruction manual, right? So has all of the details in English, which is great. You can pause the screen if you want to be able to read all of the specs here. I'll hold it up enough time. Hopefully it's clear enough for you to read through it. On the bottom, it has this, I guess, little warranty card. And then inside the case is just foam, so you can keep whatever you need to there. Let's try and attach the lanyard. There's an extra, oops, oh, don't want to lose that. They give you an extra 2 screws, which is really handy, right? And an extra seal for your USB-C, because after some opening and closing that does wear on you. Then an Allen wrench to, again, unscrew it and screw that. And here's the lanyard. Very short, very, actually, now that I'm holding it, might actually put this on. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today, and I plan on making a video more specifically on flashlights and talk about why you should even carry a flashlight. I know people think, oh, you already have one on your phone, you don't really need a flashlight. I'll deep dive into the logic as to why it is logical to carry a separate flashlight in your pocket in that episode, where I'll probably show a few of the flashlights that I personally own and why I chose to go with those models. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, subscribe this video, and check out the other 2 videos that I'm doing in this trio series about the ball pen and the multi-tool to complete the EDC Trinity, right? So go check those videos out if you haven't already. That's all I have for today. Till next time, carry on.